In 2019, in a rent-controlled apartment in Queens, New York, police found a body. The man had been dead for 3 years. The gifts were for grandchildren who never came. His name was George. He was 74. He bought the last gift 6 months before he died. But this is not a story about a lonely death. It is a story about what you feel when you read it. You feel guilt, not sadness, guilt, because you forgot someone too. Think about it. When was the last time you called your grandfather? If he is alive, you probably remembered his birthday last month. Or you didn't. If he is dead, you forgot the anniversary. And you felt something heavy. That weight has a name. It is the invented belief that remembering is a moral duty. But here is what nobody tells you. Forgetting is not a failure. It is hardware. Your brain does not store memories like a hard drive. It stores them like a garden. The ones you water, stay. The ones you don't, die. That is not cruelty. That is biology. So why do you feel like a criminal when a name slips away? Because someone taught you that forgetting is a sin. That lesson did not come from biology. It came from architecture. In 1831, Mount Auburn Cemetery opened outside Boston. It sold perpetual rest, private plots forever. For the first time, memory became real estate, and real estate needs maintenance. Before that, graves were reused. Names vanished in 3 generations, and nobody felt guilty. The permanent grave was a marketing campaign, and the marketing worked. It taught you that love equals memory, and that forgetting equals betrayal. But that is a lie. Love is not memory. Love is what happened while you were not paying attention. In 2007, a neuroscientist named David Eagleman wrote that we die 3 times. First, when the body stops. Second, when the body is buried. Third, when your name is spoken for the last time. Eagleman called it the 3rd death. But he missed the 4th. The 4th death is when you stop feeling guilty for forgetting, and that death never comes. Because the system does not want you to stop feeling guilty. In 2010, Facebook launched on this day. It dug up your past and served it back to you. Not because you asked. Because the algorithm knows that nostalgia with guilt keeps you scrolling. The memory industry is worth $400 billion. Greeting cards, memorial jewelry, DNA ancestry tests that promise you will never be lost. They sell you the fear of forgetting, and then they sell you the cure. But let me show you something. In 2005, researchers at Stanford did an experiment. They showed subjects photographs of people they had known but forgotten. The subjects felt guilt, not loss, guilt. Their brains lit up in the anterior cingulate cortex. That is the punishment center, not the memory center. Forgetting did not hurt them. The belief that forgetting is wrong did. You are not sad that you forgot. You are afraid that forgetting makes you bad. And that fear was installed, like software, by a culture that confuses archives with affection. In Japan, they have a word for lonely death, Kodokushi. 70,000 people die alone every year. 4,000 bodies are found more than a month after death. Some after a year. The neighbors smell it first. Then a company arrives. They specialize in cleaning these apartments. Most Kodokushi victims have living family, children, cousins, people who could have called. They did not forget. They chose not to remember. And then they felt guilty for not feeling guilty. That is the trap. The system makes you perform grief. Even when grief is gone, you post the memorial photo, you write the caption, you wait for the likes. And when the likes stop, you feel guilty again. Because the performance ended. But here is the mechanism. The people who made you feel this way are on the same timer as you, your parents, your teachers, the priest who said you must honor the dead. they will be forgotten too. Marcus Aurelius noticed this 2,000 years ago. The people you are trying to impress are about to be dust, and the shame they gave you dies with them. Not immediately, but on schedule. 3 generations. That is the ceiling of human memory and the floor of human guilt. Your children will remember you in detail. Your voice, the way you smelled. Your grandchildren will remember fragments, a story, a photograph, the smell of your house. Your great-grandchildren will know your name on a family tree. If that. And your great-great-grandchildren will not know you existed. Neither will they know what you felt guilty about. The guilt does not survive. It cannot. It has no host. Mozart died in 1791. His widow tried to find his grave 10 years later. Nobody could. His monument in Vienna is a guess. His remains have been lost for over 200 years. Rudolph Valentino died in 1926. 100,000 mourners filled the streets. Women fainted. Today you have probably never heard of him. The grief was real. The memory was not. We could not keep Valentino's name. We will not keep yours. And that is not a tragedy. That is the design. Permanence would be a punishment. Imagine being remembered forever, watched forever, judged forever. Your worst day on permanent record. Your weakest moment replayed for eternity. The forgetting is what lets every generation start clean. It is what lets your shame have an end. Mortality is not punishment, it is mercy. And forgetting is its twin. Right now, as you watch this, your great-grandparents are being erased on a precise schedule. Your grandparents are next, then your parents, then you. The only question is the order. And how it happens. Because eventually, there's no one left who knew you, and no one left who blames you for forgetting. The grave does not finish the forgetting finishes the grave. You are not waiting to be forgotten, you are already mostly forgotten. 8 billion people are alive right now. They do not know your name. The billions who have not been born yet will not know it either, and the ones who knew you and stopped calling. They are not monsters, they are hardware. They are running the same program you are. The program that archives what is not watered. So the next time you feel guilty for forgetting a birthday, a name, a face, ask yourself, who taught you that this is a crime? Was it the person you forgot? Or was it someone who profits from your guilt? The person you forgot is not angry. They cannot be. They are either alive and have forgotten too, or they are dead. And dead people do not vote, do not judge, and do not send invoices. The guilt is a loan you took out from a bank that no longer exists. George, in that Queen's apartment, did not die of loneliness. He died of biology. The gifts were not a debt. They were a gesture, and gestures do not expire. But the guilt you feel about him, that expires. It has to. It is not built to last, because the only people who can forgive you for forgetting are the ones you forgot. And if they are gone, the forgiveness is automatic. It is already inside the forgetting. You are not a bad person. You are a person, and people forget. The forgetting is not the opposite of love. It is the sleep that love needs. You loved them while they were here. That is the record. The rest is weather. Let it rain. Let the names wash away. You are not losing them. You are finally letting them go. And that is not guilt. That is freedom.